Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. Before we get started, just a little channel business. We're getting a lot of notifications and messages that people aren't receiving notifications when I come out with new videos. If you want to correct that, somebody told me, or I read somewhere, that if you unsubscribe from my channel and then resubscribe to my channel, don't forget that, of course, and then go to the notifications, click the all bell. You'll see a little bell that says all. That should fix the problem. This website sometimes, either purposely or not, people's comments don't show up. They don't get notified. They'll put up a thumbs up that they like the video, but it doesn't register. There's a lot of weird things going on. So enough about that. Let's get to the business. The walls are closing in on Biden-Harris ticket. Can the GOP capitalize to win in 2024? I threw that little spook music in there on purpose just to be funny, but yeah, slowly but surely, Trump and the Republicans are going up. Now, it's a little less than a year out. Who the hell knows what the Democrats and the progressives have in store for President Trump and their legal entanglements, lawfare is what a lot of people call it, legalized warfare. Let's read on. President Joe Biden's performance in the major presidential polls is showing very concerning numbers for Biden and his Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm surprised he's got as high approvals as he does, frankly. I don't know if it's because they like Biden or because they're cult Democrats and they'll vote Democrat no matter what, or whether they just hate Trump's guts or a combination of all of them. It's hard to say. And the GOP is watching closely in hopes of beating out Biden in 2024. In the most recent New York Times CNN poll, now, I saw poll numbers from several good polling groups. I live in upstate New York. Unfortunately, I'm in New York State. About a plus 20, 25 Democrat state. Very, very blue. In a poll I recently saw, Biden was only up, or Trump was only down, depending how you look at it. Biden was only up by 10%. Now you're saying, well, John, there's no way Trump will ever win New York. Well, that's true. He won't. He'll never will. Maybe 50 years from now, because California not too long ago used to be a swing state, so things do change. But when you're plus 20, 25, and you lost more than half of that, that says something is up. And I don't think anything Biden can do on the Israeli Palestinian issue, no matter what he does, he's screwed, because he kowtowed and basically kissed the butt of all the progressive leftists to get into office, and now they're turning on him. I hate to put people into groups by race or gender, but they say African-American support for Biden, especially African-American males, is dropping dramatically. Hispanic the same way. Now, I'm not implying that those people all think alike because of their race, like the Democrats do, but that's the way the poll numbers come out. And Kamala Harris's are actually worse. Now, here's what's really important. The 6 swing/battleground states. Biden's numbers are sinking and sinking fast, while the polling sampled just over 3,600 people across 6 battleground states. The polls were very resoundingly negative, not just for President Biden, but for his entire administration and the direction they're taking the country in. While former President Donald Trump showing his polling numbers are increasing, albeit not as high as he would like. Yeah, that's amazing to me. How, like I said, I just wondered if it's just cold member Democrats or just Trump derangement syndrome Democrats. They would vote for the D no matter what if it was Trump. But there's nobody in the Republican side that even come close to winning. Trump's the only shot they have. He's still leading nonetheless, being Trump. Likely voters indicate if the election were held today, 48% would take Trump over Biden's 45%. Now, what's important here is that this poll is likely voters. That is huge. It's not just registered voters. likely voters, and how they determine that, I'm assuming they go from the last few years. Now let's look at the swing state polls of the 6: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. You see all them all together, it's 48 Trump, 45 Biden. Arizona, Biden's down by 5. Georgia, Biden's down by 5. Michigan, that one I don't get. Dead heat, 46 each. Nevada, 52 to 41. That's a big one. 49 to 44. Pennsylvania, that is the one that will swing it. Those electoral votes there are a lot, but Wisconsin, it's a mystery to me. And what's happened in Wisconsin, especially during 2020, with the rioting from BLM and Antifa, and then of course you have another candidate not going to vote if any one of the choices, and there's like 1, 2, 3%. And it's interesting. It really is. But it's not where Biden's problems end. More surveys show Biden now losing to Trump in 11 out of the 13 just released polls. And those are polls, I think, nationwide and not specific swing states. Even though Trump's lead is small, which I still shake my head at, it is trending higher as time goes on. President Biden has been on a downward slide over the past year, and Trump is capitalizing on those numbers in a big way. Yeah, there's people that are saying that if this trend continues, President Trump might actually win the election in the Electoral College and the popular vote. And those of you that laugh at that, I'm not so sure if that might happen. I think it's way better than a 50-50 possibility. Biden's also losing on the age metric, taking the lead with young adult poll numbers as well. Now, that's encouraging. I think it was the 18 to, 24 or 28 age group, now has a majority looking at Trump. That's like suburban women who are very high against Trump. Those are the people he has to try to convince. But that's very encouraging. The young people are becoming more and more conservative. Not that Trump's a conservative, they're just anti-progressive leftist. The DNC spent 12 million ads in swing states, and with Biden spending roughly 1 million since August, polls are now showing Biden losing 6 out of the 7 states surveyed in Morning Consult. Yeah, and we saw the one, I believe it was Wisconsin, that was the only one that was plus for Biden. The poll numbers aren't the only problem, and it goes on to talk about the former physician of the president saying how Biden's general cognitive condition is deteriorating rapidly, and it has. Look at the debate between Trump and Biden in 2020. You know, he wasn't that great, Biden. He's never been a great public speaker because he's not exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer. But that's head and shoulders above what he is now. It has gone down fast. The decline is happening quickly. I've taken care of 3 presidents, so I know firsthand what it takes to be commander-in-chief in that state. It's a grueling job. This is the doctor that used to be the doctor to presidents. The man can't do the job. He's proven us every single day that he can't do the job. The Democrats know it. We know it. They know we know it. Yet in a creepy emperor's new clothes way, they pretend to ignore it. That concerns the doctor. It's unbelievable how much he's degenerated just during his last time in office. Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, he wields a lot of power, not just in the United States, the president, but worldwide. Enter Kamala Harris in her dreadful polling and popularity numbers. I think it was Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana said Jokic is more popular than Kamala Harris's poll numbers. And he said the other day, and you see my old videos, when Vice President Harris's IQ gets to 75, she should sell. I thought that was pretty funny. And a real clear politics poll, Harris is a 36.5% favorability. There's dead people that get 35% of the vote in election time. It's happened numerous times. And I'll tell you, Biden and Trump's are much higher at 40, but it's really surprising. To say that Vice President Harris has underperformed as sitting VP would be an understatement. Well, when they say she should sell when her IQ gets to 75, yeah, she's not that sharp. How she made it through the being a lawyer in California, ended up being the attorney general of the state. She did some horrific things to black people when she was there. It's then a U.S. senator. Well, she knows politics, or the people that handle her do, that's for certain. She's utterly failed every assignment that has been given to her by Biden. Yeah, what Biden does, he makes sure the border czar, or the drug czar, or this czar, or that czar, with doing nothing. Most notable was her border czar appointment, where she physically and mentally absent on the issue for months. She only visited the border roughly 3 months after her appointment, and famously said, "Don't come to people looking to enter the United States illegally." In fact, Harris hasn't returned to the border since. Yeah, record-breaking illegal crossings. Here's the thing. Biden can't get rid of Harris. Now, put yourself in her spot. They can convince her to step down. They're going to replace Biden anyway, but convince Harris to step down. I wouldn't do it. Your chances of being president are better than 50-50. I wouldn't throw that away. Maybe she might end up smart enough to figure out, but her people certainly are. You're stuck with me. After she called him a racist. Remember that one about the not busing kids and all that at the Democratic debates? This hasn't been done since Franklin Roosevelt as his 3 different vice presidents. But not only that, for Biden to dump Harris, the ideological left would cry foul because an old white man fired a young woman of color. Now, she said that she's the first black vice president. She is not African descent. Period. The ethics are just too harsh for anyone. That's why she was hired. That's why she was picked as VP. It's a diversity hire. Let's just tell the truth. It certainly wasn't because of her mental prowess. He's stuck with her unless he bows out after the primaries. Now, it's getting close already. What is he going to do? What is Biden going to do? I'm not sure what the DNC rules are, but if Biden picks up some primary delegates and then drops out of the race, what happens to those delegates? Are they free to pick anybody they want? I'm not sure how it works. But take it, my personal opinion, I say early, mid-January, maybe early February, at the very latest, mid-February, Biden will find a way to walk away. Now, he won't give up being president. He'll just say, I'll finish out my term. And he'll use some excuse about talking to family and friends. I really want to continue doing all the wonderful things I've done for America, but it's time to pass the mantle to a younger generation, and blah, 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 blah. And then Newsom and Harris will stop being friends and become frenemies. I do have to say, though, Kamala Harris is not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but Gavin Newsom is. And I'll tell you what, he's very, very dangerous for this country. Very dangerous. It's, Gavin Newsom is, I'm not going to go into detail here because this website won't allow it, but what will he do? And this is what I said in 2020. You hate Trump's guts, I get it. He's this, he's that, he's against democracy, it's insurrection, blah, 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 blah. The Democrats should have let him win his second term. All the bad things that are happening now, I don't think the wars will go on, but always bad things happen. They could have blamed on Trump, and the Republicans would have taken a huge hit. But they couldn't do it. They couldn't let their egos do it. That way they could have groomed a candidate or two, raised a boatload of money, and proceeded from there. They just couldn't let Trump win again. And we can't go into detail how, but Biden is sitting in the White House. So they're the proverbial dog that caught the car. Dog chases the car, dog catches the car, now what? They're in a box, and they created it for themselves. So we're going to have to see. It's a miracle that in swing states, Biden is doing low, mid-40s. It's a miracle. Anybody that can F up this badly and still hold numbers at 43 and 45%, frankly, is a miracle and is a testament to the stupidity of people. I'm not saying Trump has all the answers, and I'm a huge Trump supporter. But my God, as bad as Biden has fumbled, everything he touches turns to crap. It's amazing to me. One of the biggest was the Afghan withdrawal. It's just horrendous. And now he's stuck in the middle of this Palestine-Israeli conflict. No matter what side he picks, he has been half-assed siding with Israel. But the progressive leftist wingnuts, which propped up his party in the election, are anti-Israel. They're not pro-Hamas. They're not pro-Palestine. They're anti-Israel. Anti-Semitics. And there are a lot of young people in universities. So there he is, stuck between a rock and a hard place that he created. They created all their problems themselves just to get rid of Trump. We'll see if their lawfare tactics work. But anyway, there it is, folks. There's some numbers. We're getting towards the end of 2023. It really starts heating up in about 3 or 4 months. And then we're going to see, can they keep Trump at bay, keeping him in court? He's going to be convicted of one of these charges. It's just the law of averages. It's just the way it is. And he'll be on appeal, and he'll win on the appeal, of course, because he's not guilty of any of them. But will the appeal be won after the election in November 2024? They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that happens. Stay tuned. Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.